Hello, good evening. So let us just solve yung ating problem set number 3 in preparation for our examination. So here's our problem. We have three situations wherein we need to get yung resultant ng vector forces natin. Okay? So let's solve this one by one using yung IG notation na we have discussed last time. Okay? So starting off with number 1. So sa number 1, sabi sa kanya, if alpha is equals to 40 degrees, determine the resultant of the three forces shown. So we have here a force na 110, we have 85, and then we have 170. And then yung angle of inclination, yung 85 but 170 is given as 40 degrees. So ang kailangan natin maintindihan sa ganitong problem is to identify kung nasan yung particle natin. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng particle? As we have mentioned before from our discussion, pag sinabing particle is kung saan magmi-meet lahat ng forces natin ng common point. Okay? Kaya yun yung kailangang i-identify natin kung nasaan yun para magawa natin yung IJ notation. Right? So, again, we need to identify kung nasaan yung particle na tinatawag natin or kung saan sila nag-act at the same point. And looking at the figure, I hope we all agree na ito yung point na yon. And then once we identified na yun yung location ng kinukuha natin na point, and then yun yung gagamitin natin as our um, free body diagram for our solution. Okay? So, allow me to replicate lang yung given dyan. So, we have, bawa ito yung point na yon. And then we have a upward force. Okay? Ito yung 110 newtons. Alright? And then from ito, okay? Meron tayong 85 na meron siyang inclination mula sa horizontal. Sabi sa problem is 40 degrees. Then we have another force here na 170 newtons. Okay, newtons. And then yung inclination niya from the vertical axis is 40 degrees then. Okay? And then from here, we will start our problem. So allow me to copy lang this portion and then we will solve it in another sheet. Okay? Para mapakita natin yung full solution natin for this problem. Okay, so from here, lagay lang natin to. Ayan, ito yung ating diagram from the first problem. So ito yung number 1 natin. So pinapahanap lang sa kanya is yung resultant lang. Okay? And from before, from our discussion, we intend to find yung resultant o yung vector resultant using yung formula na summation of fx I hat plus summation of fy j hat. Okay? Or mamaya, kukunin natin yung magnitude ng resultant vector natin. So, kailangan lahat ng forces natin, gawin muna nating IJ notation. Okay? So, itong mga forces natin, lagyan natin ng pangalan. Tawagin natin F1, si 110, F2, si 85 newtons, and F3, si 170 newtons. So, now, gawin natin siyang IJ notation. So, we have si vector F1, okay, para maging IJ notation, titignan natin, siya is directed upward lang, vertical lang siya, wala siyang inclination. It means na wala siyang horizontal component, wala siyang nasa x-axis. So, dapat sa y-axis lang tayo. So, yung magiging IJ notation niya, it will be 0 on the I hat plus yung magiging ano natin is 110 j hat. And then yung sign natin will be, I hope everyone agrees na upward siya, so positive. Alright? So, kaya ito na yung vector notation natin for the force 1. Okay? Sa force 2, okay? Yung force natin is naka-incline siya ng 40 degrees. So, ang sabi natin, pag may inclination, kailangan kunin natin yung component niya. So, ang ginawa natin last time, ina-identify natin paano nakapunta yung force na yun dun sa direction na yun. And halimbawa, starting dito sa tail niya, paano siya makakapunta dito? Sabi natin, pupunta siya pa kanan and then aakyat siya pataas. Okay? So, yun yung component niya. So, ito, lagyan natin, baba, ito, kumanan siya and then umakyat siya. So, ito yung tatawagin nating F2x Okay, wait lang. F2x, and then ito yung ating F2y. Okay? Then makukuha natin yan by using trigonometric function na lang. Okay? So, ito, once ko na lang papakita to, pero I hope you will understand later dun sa mga problems natin paano nangyari. Ano? So, we have a right triangle dun sa ano natin na yun. Okay? Meron tayong inclination na 40. Ito yung F2 natin, F2x, then F2y. So para makuha si F2x, may given tayong F2, may given tayong angle. So that is adjacent tsaka hypotenuse. Adjacent o A tsaka H, that is cosine. So we have cosine of 40 is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So ang F2x ay equal sa F2 times cosine of 40. The same with the vertical direction. Itong direction na to. We have same given of hypotenuse tsaka yung angle. So ito yung hinahanap natin. That is opposite ng angle natin. So that is O tapos hypotenuse. So sine. So we have sine of 40 is equals to F2y all over F2. Cross multiply, we have F2y is equals to F2 sine of 40. Okay? So, yun na yung component natin. Yun na yung ilalagay natin dun sa ij notation natin. Alright? So, dito sa I natin, that will be x direction, ano? So, that is F2 cosine of 40 I plus yung y natin, that is F2 sine of 40 J. Okay? So, anong sign natin? Sign natin will be for the x-axis, since right tayo, that is positive, so okay na yan. Yung sa ating y-axis, that is upward, so positive, so okay na din yan. Okay? So, substitute na lang natin yung value nung F2 kasi may value tayo nun, ano? So, we have 85 cosine of 40 I hat plus 85 sine of 40 J hat. Okay? So, ay ito na, meron na tayong dalawang force vector. Okay? Yung F1, F2. F3 na yung kasunod. Ngayon, hindi ko muna siya isi-simplify, i-multiply as is para mas exact yung calculation natin. Ano? Kasi pwede naman i-multiply nyo na agad. So, medyo tedious lang yung pagsulat ng number. No? Pero, bahala kayo sa diskarte niya. Pero ako, I will not calculate it na muna para mas eksakto yung ma-calculate natin. Alright? So, I hope nakasabay dun sa F2. Then sa F3, yan. So, paano makukuha yung F3? So, ngayon, ang F3 na natin, paano tayo makakapunta doon? So, ang gagawin natin, bababa muna tayo, and then pupunta tayo pa kanan. Okay? And then, ito yung angle, ito yung hypotenuse. So, kung kailangan natin is yung horizontal, that is opposite hypotenuse. So, dapat magiging siyang sine. So, that is F3. So, figure out nyo na lang, ano? I hope ma-figure out nyo kung paano naging F3 sine 40, yung kanyang horizontal component. Tapos yung kanyang vertical component, that will be F3 cosine of 40 J hat. Okay? Then for the sine, so since dito sa sine natin, nag-downward tayo sa y, so dapat ang y natin is negative. And then yung ating x is nag to the right, so positive. So okay na to. Right? Then we substitute F3, that is 170 sine 40 I hat plus negative 170 cosine of 40 J hat. Okay? So yan, kompleto na yung ating force vector. Ang kailangan natin para makuha yung resultant is summation lahat ng fx, then summation of fy. So, madali lang gagawin natin. Lahat ng may I, no? Pag-a-add din natin. Lahat ng may j, pag-a-add din natin. Right? So, dito, okay, so summation of fx is equals to, lagyan natin, f1x plus f2x plus f3x. Right? Substitute natin. Sa f1, we have 0. F2, we have 85 cosine of 40. Then for F3, we have 170 sine of 40. Okay? So summation of fx is equals to, calculate na lang. You have You need to have your calcul, ha? Don't forget it in the examination, ha? 0 plus 85 cosine of 40 plus 170 sine of 40. We have 174.39 newtons. Okay? So, yan yung ating summation of fx. And for summation of fy, so lahat naman ng y, we have this y, itong y na to, tsaka itong y na to. So, we have f1y plus f2y plus f3y. Okay? So, we have 110 positive plus f2y, that is 85 sine 40, minus 170 cosine of 40. So summation of Fy is equals to 110 plus 85 sine of 40 minus 170 cosine of 40. So we have 34.41 newtons. So yung sign, don't forget yung sign, that is also positive. Okay? So now that we have this value, makukuha na natin yung resultant vector natin. So sa-substitute lang naman natin eh. No? Ito yung ibig sabihin ng resultant vector natin eh. So, that will be 174.39 I hat plus 34.41 j hat. So, ito yung kanyang vector notation form. Pero kung halimbawa magnitude ang pinapahanap, okay? Pag magnitude ang pinapahanap, kailangan kunin natin yung kanyang value, ano? Pagkuha ng value nun, kukunin mo lang yung ipa-plot mo lang yung summation fx of fy mo. Okay? Yung fx natin, makikita mo, positive. So, that is, sabaw, ito yung point natin, that is to the right. So, that is 174.39. Then, yung ating y is also positive. So, that is upward also. So, medyo mas maikli. So, not to scale naman yun, ano? And then, yung resultant natin dyan, katulad ng ginagawa natin before is, ang sabi natin is, gagawa tayo ng parallelogram, di ba? Sabi natin, inaano natin, yung parallel line, assume tayo ng parallel line, yung intersection nun, from the tail, tsaka mas papunta doon, yun yung ating resultant na hinahanap. And yun yung hinahanap natin. And as you can see, meron tayong right triangle. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay 34.41 din. Okay? May right triangle tayo. So, Pythagorean theorem lang tayo. Okay? Summation of fx squared plus summation of fy squared. Okay? So, substitute natin. We have 174.39 squared plus 34.41 squared. Using your calculator, R natin is equals to 174.39 squared plus 34.41 squared square root. We have resultant of 177.75 newtons. And this will be our final answer. Kung ang hinahanap ay magnitude ng resultant, yan yung sagot. Pero kung ang hinahanap ay resultant vector, sabi natin pag resultant vector, ayan, ganyan yung notation niya. And then, pag hinahanap yung direction, edi kukunin lang yun natin yung direction. Ang direction niya is from our reference axis, papunta dun sa resultant. Okay? Ito, yan. Halimbawa, yung titang yan. And paano mo makuha yung titang yan? We have a right triangle again. Ang given natin is opposite tsaka adjacent. So, tangent of theta is equals to 34.41 divide 174.39. So para makuha si theta, that is inverse tangent of 34.41 divide 174.39. And then calculate mo sa devices mo, 174.39, shift tangent, that is 11.16 degrees. Okay? So that is our direction from the positive x-axis. Okay? So, yan po yung sa number 1. Okay. So, siguro may share akong trick sa inyo, no? Kung paano ma-check sa calcu kung tama yung calculation niya dun sa resultant, magnitude ng resultant, ito yon, ibig sabihin to, tsaka itong direction natin. Once na meron kayo nitong vector, okay? So, punta tayo dito sa, ano ko, no, sa screen ko for a while. So, sa CalQ, meron tayong um, function na pol tsaka rec, ano. So, ito, as you can see, I hope you can see, ano, ayan to. So, may pol tsaka rec. Ibig sabihin ng pol, kino-convert natin yung rectangular component natin sa polar coordinate, then rectangular to polar to uh, polar to rectangular. Ang kailangan natin itong una, itong pole. Okay? So using our calcul, gamitin natin yung pole. Tapos lalagay natin dito sa x yung summation of fx. Sa y, lalagay natin yung summation of fy. Then makukuha natin yung resultant tsaka yung direction na kailangan natin. Alright? So, i-bring out ko yung calculator natin para makita ninyo how is it done. Okay, so ito, halimbawa ito yung calculator. Okay, so I hope may ganong function yung calculator nyo. And ang hanapin natin is itong pole. Yung pole is nandito sa positive, sa plus sign. So gagawin mo lang shift, pole, and then magkano siya ng quantity. Lalagay mo lang yung x-axis mo. From our paper, 174.39, ito yung ating x, yung summation of fx, comma, then 34.41. Okay? Tapos closing parenthesis and then equal sign. Ayan, lalabas yung resultant tsaka yung angle natin. And as you can see here, it's the same answer. 177.75 yung resultant. And then yung theta natin is 11.16. So you can use this function to verify whether yung ginawa mong solution is correct. Okay? So in board exam, pwedeng diretso na siyang ganito. Pero for our sake, kailangan makita ko yung solution kung paano lumabas yung R at theta as what I have did earlier dun sa problem natin. Okay? So, this is just a um, calculator technique para ma-verify ninyo or mas may confidence kayo na tama yung sagot nyo. Alright? Sige. So, let's continue with our problems. Okay, so that is for number 1. Okay. So magnitude lang yung hinahanap sa number 1, ano? So yun yung answer natin. Next, we go do sa next question natin. Okay. So, next question is, if F2, okay, may given na value, no? Si F2 daw is 150 pounds and data is 55. So ito 55 daw. So ibig sabihin, from our reference, how much siya? That is 25 plus 55. That is 80 degrees. Okay? Determine the magnitude and direction measured clockwise from the positive x-axis of the resultant of the force of the three force acting on the bracket. Okay? Again, ang una mong job is to identify nasan yung particle natin. Okay? So, saan sila lahat nagmi-meet? And lahat sila nagmi-meet ay dito sa point na to. Okay? So, gagawa natin siya ng diagram ulit. So, from that point, drawing natin yung mga given. We have this force. Ito yung ating F3 na may value na 52 pounds. Okay? May inclination siya na 5, 12, 13. Alright? So we have yung F1 natin, ito, F1 is equals to 80 pounds. So diretso lang siya. And then we have the F2, okay, equals to siya sa 150 pounds. Pero as I've said, kung ito ay 25 plus ito, that sabi niya 55, so 25 plus 55, that is 80. So lagay mo na lang dito, 80 degrees. So yan, mas simple na yung problem natin. Hahanapin na natin yung resultant ng tatlong forces na yan. Okay? So, allow me to copy lang muna itong ating free body diagram. Then, we can now solve for our um, problem number 2. Okay? Okay, so ito. And so, ito yung given natin for problem number 2. Okay? Yan. So, nahanap yung resultant. So, force vector na agad tayo. So, F1 is equals to F1 natin is a horizontal force. So, ibig sabihin, wala siyang Y component. So, nangyayari sa atin, that is 80 I hat plus 0 J hat. Okay? Yan yung kanyang force vector. Si F2, we have, okay? So, ito, para makapunta tayo doon, paano? So, pwedeng gawin natin, kailangan natin bumaba at pumunta sa kanan. Okay? Pero anong problema natin doon? Hindi natin alam yung degrees na to, no? Baka malito pa tayo. So, dito natin gawin sa kabila. Kakanan tayo, and then tsaka tayo bababa. Okay? Parang di tayo malito. Right? So, pag hinahanap si X natin ay adjacent, tapos hypotenuse, so meron tayong angle that is cosine. Okay? So, practice nyo na lang ulit o review nyo yung previous slide, yung previous problem. So, we have F2, that is F2 cosine of 80 I hat plus F2 sine of 80 j hat. Okay? So, that is 150 cosine of 80 I hat plus F2, that is 150 sine of 80 j hat. So, don't forget, check natin yung sign. Ano yung sign natin? Yung x direction natin is to the right, so positive yan. So, yung y direction natin is downward. So, that should be negative. Okay? So, yan yung ating F2 na vector. So, F3 naman tayo. Si F3 mas madali kasi ano lang natin, yung parallel lang kung saan yung pinag-uusapan natin. So, we have F3 sa X. So, ito ang kailangan natin, di ba, para makapunta tayo doon, ang kailangan natin is, bahin natin yung kulay. Gawin natin, try natin violet. Okay? So, ay, sorry. Okay, so, ito, kakanan tayo, and then, aakyat tayo. Okay? Para makapunta doon sa force na yun. So, we have, kung saan lang siya parallel, ano? So, 5/13. So, 5/13 times yung force natin o yung F2 natin. Balik rin lang natin. Yung ating, again, kaya nangyayari yun, ano? Ipakita nga natin, ano? Ito yung ating F3. Then, meron siya ditong slope triangle, tawag natin last time. Then meron tayong malaking triangle. Ito yung F3x, F3y. Okay? So ratio and proportion tayo. Halimbawa, F3x over F3. So, sabihin F3x over F3. So, ano yung katapat niya? Equal sa 5/13. So, 5/13. So, para makuha yung F3x, that is F3 multiplied by 5/13. Okay? So, dito, lagay natin F3 times 5/13 I hat plus, pag sa y, that is F3 times 12/13 j hat. Okay? Simplify. We have 52 times 5/13 I hat plus 52 times 12/13 j hat. Anong sign natin? Sign natin is to the right, tsaka upward. So, positive parehas. So, that's okay na already. Okay? So, yan na um, yung ating third force vector. Okay? Now, kukunin na natin yung ating resultant vector. So, gagawin lang natin, summation lang nung fx natin, I hat, plus summation of fy, j hat. So, ano lang, ano, ito, yung summation na yan, equals din yan sa rx, ano, equals din yan sa ry. Baka lang nalilito kayo, baka mamaya may ibang notation, may iba kayong book na tingnan, bakit rx, ry yung ginagamit. Okay? So, kunin natin summation of fx. So, lahat lang ng x. So, that is this, and this. Okay? So, we have 80 plus 150 cosine of 80 plus 52 times 5/13. Okay? Summation of fx is equals to, sa calculator, 80 plus 150 cosine of 80 plus 52 times 5/13. We have 126.05 newtons. So, yan yung ating summation of fx. Fy natin, So, we just need ito, ito, and ito. Okay? So, that is 0 plus um, minus 150 sine 80 plus 52 times 12 over 13. Summation of Fy, we have 0 minus 150 sine of 80 plus 52 times 12 over 13. We have negative 99.72 newtons. Okay? So, yung ating resultant vector now will be equals to 126.05 I hat plus negative 99.72 j hat. Okay? Pero ang kailangan natin ay magnitude and direction. So, yung magnitude again, okay? So, siguro iaasa ko sa inyo yung pag-manual ng magnitude and direction. Ang gamitin natin ay si Paul. Okay? Kailangan sa exam, no? Kailangan mapakita. So, gamitin natin si Paul. 126.05, negative 99.72. Okay? So, ano yung magiging value ng R? Ano yung magiging value ng theta? So, pakita natin yung ating calcu. Okay. So, ito yung calcu natin. So, again, shift plus, okay? 126.05, and then negative 99.72. Close parenthesis. Equals, ayan. So, ito yung magiging final answer natin. Sulat ko lang, 160.73 newtons yung resultant, and then yung angle natin is, ayan, makikita nyo negative siya. Kasi positive, um, from baliktad, clockwise yung direction natin, 38.35 degrees. Okay? So that will be our answer. So, I will give to you yung challenge to verify yung answers na to, kung paano siya lumabas na ganyan. Using yung manual calculation na pinakita doon sa first example para mas ma-appreciate nyo kung paano siya gamitin. Alright? So, um, okay. So, yan na po yung sagot agad, bilis, pag sa Caltech ang pag-uusapan natin. Okay? So, ayan. So, ito, sinulat ko lang dito. Ayan. Upon calculating sa calcu, ayan, yung sagot. 160.73 newtons and then negative 38.35. Okay? So, sige, yung calculation nito, di ba, pa-plot natin to. We have 126, positive siya. Okay? Ito yung 126.05. And then we have negative 99. So, 99.72. So, negative kasi pababa. Okay? So, yung resultant niyan, yan, ganito yung itsura, no? Yan, yan yung direction ng resultant natin. Then, makikita ninyo, ito yung resultant, yung kanyang, from the reference axis, clockwise siya, no? Kaya, makikita natin, negative yung answer natin dito. Okay? So, ito yung diagram niyan. So, verify nyo na lang from this diagram paano mapapalabas tong values na to. Okay, so that's for number 2. Okay, next is for number 3. Okay, this is number 3. Yeah, so I think mas mabilis, mas madali nga itong number 3. Okay, so ganun din ang solution nito. Okay, so express each of the three forces acting on the bracket in Cartesian vector form. Yun yung ginagawa na natin, yung IG notation, Iba lang itawag Cartesian vector. With respect to the x and y axis, determine the magnitude and direction of theta and F1 so that the resultant force is directed along the positive x prime axis and has a magnitude of F force equals to 600 newtons. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, may tatlo tayong forces. Okay? Lahat sila nagmi-meet dito. So, ito yung particle natin. Okay? Yung tatlong forces daw na yan, may resultant siya. Yung resultant niya, dito mag-a-act. Okay? Along dito sa positive x na to. So, ibig sabihin dito, sa portion na to. Okay? So, ayan. Yan yung kanyang resultant. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng problem na yan. Okay? So, ang goal natin, hanapin yung value nitong theta to and then itong F1 natin. Okay? So, drawing ulit natin yung ating free body diagram. Okay? Ito yung point. So, si F1 muna. So, si F1, unknown yung value niya. Tapos meron siyang theta. Okay? And we have F2, okay, is equals to 350 newtons. And we have F3, that is 100 newtons. And then we have a resultant, FR is equals to 600 newtons. And then, makikita nyo, ma-inclination siya, no, na angle. So, that is 30 degrees. Okay? So, ito yung free body diagram natin. So, lipat lang ulit natin sa another sheet before we solve. Okay? So, ayan. So, ayan. So, ito yung ating number 3. Hanapin natin yung F1 tsaka yung theta. Okay? So, wag pinatid natin ngayon si F1, yung vector F1 natin. That will be, pupunta tayo dito sa direction na to, then aakyat. Okay? So, that is positive, positive. So, magiging angle nito, adjacent, tapos ano, so cosine siya. So, we have F1 cosine of theta I hat plus F1 sine of theta j hat. So, unknown nga yan, ano? Yan yung hinahanap natin dito sa problem na to. We have F2 is equals to, that is directed lang siya um, sa x-axis lang. So, 350 I hat plus 0 j hat. F3, directed lang siya pababa. So, we have 0 I. Tapos, since pababa siya, negative 100 j. Okay? And then, yung resultant natin, pwede din natin gawing vector notation since meron siyang value. The resultant natin is going to the right, as upward. So that is FR cosine of 30 hi hat plus FR sine of 30 j hat. So that is 600 cosine of 30 I hat plus 600 sine of 30 j hat. Okay? Again, pag resultant na yung pinag-uusapan natin, itong portion na to ay yung summation of fx natin and summation of fy. Okay? Pero ano ba yung summation of fx at summation of fy natin? Manggagaling yun syempre dito sa summation nitong mga to. Okay? So kunin natin. Yung summation of fx natin is equals to f1, itong tatlo, ano? Kasi x lang muna tayo. So f1 cosine of theta plus 350 plus 0. Okay? So, since ito naka-equal siya sa summation of fx, ibig sabihin, ito yon. Okay? So, sa-substitute natin, 600 of cosine 30 is equals to f1 cosine of theta plus 350. Okay? O meron tayong f1 cosine of theta. I-transpose ko yung 350. We have 600 cosine of 30 minus 350. We have 169.62 newtons. So, tawagin natin tong equation 1. Okay? Kasi wala na tayo pwede magawa dyan. Unknown yung F1 at cosine theta. Okay. So, lagay ko lang to dito sa tabi para, ayan. Yan yung sa fx natin. Sa summation of fy, okay? So, fy natin is ito, ito, at ito. Okay? That is equals to f1 sine of theta plus 0 minus 100. Ang summation of fy natin ay ito. So, 600 sine of 30 is equals to f1 sine of theta minus 100, or f1 sine of theta is equals to 600 sine of 30 plus 100, that is 400. So we have second equation. Okay? So meron tayong two equation, two unknowns. So, pwede natin gawin elimination, substitution, or matrix. So, pinakamadali ay substitution. Halimbawa, itong equation 1, gagawin kong F1 is equals to 169.62 newtons all over cosine of theta. Okay? Then, substitute ko siya dito. Okay? So, yung F1 daw is 169.62 over cosine of theta times sine of theta is equals to 400. Okay? And ano mapapansin natin? Meron tayong sine theta over cosine of theta. Pag natatandaan ninyo, I hope, pwedeng matandaan, may trigonometric identity, ano? Identity na tinatatawag na ang sine theta over cosine theta equals yan sa tangent of theta. So, ibig sabihin, since meron tayo nandito, pwede natin tawagin to na tangent of theta times 169.62 is equals to 400. So, makukuha na natin si theta. Divide natin both side by 169.62. 169.62 para makancel out to. So, theta is equals to inverse tangent of 400 all over 169.62. So, theta is equals to shift tangent of 400 all over 169.62. We have 67.02 degrees. So, kung yun yung theta, substitute natin dito, 169.62 over cosine o 67.02. F1 is equals to cosine of 67.02. So we have 434.47 newtons. So magiging forces natin is ito yung F1 natin, ito yung value ng F1, and then ito yung magiging value ng theta. Na pag chinek natin, okay, ano ba ito? Ayan. Ayan. Pag chinek natin 67.02, ito yung theta na yon, 67.0 positive, and then mas greater than siya sa 30. So that is correct. So yun na yung final answer natin for this problem. Okay? So, ayan. So, ito na lang muna yung magiging solution natin for our problem set. So, I hope you have an insight kung paano isa-solve yung problems natin sa examination when it comes to solving for the resultant nung ano natin, vector forces natin. Okay? So, thank you guys for watching this video.